What's it, YouTube? Dale here from Zephyr Wargames, bringing you Rob's Orcust Knights. Now, this uses and abuses the abilities of the Dark Orcust, with, of course, the introduction of Phantom Knights as well. So, this is Rob's personal build. I will take you through it, and then there's a couple of cards that I would personally change into the deck, but I'll explain those when we get there. Without further ado, let's take you through the deck. So, of course, we start off with triple Orcust Heart Horror. Very, very powerful card. In the Orcust kind of lineup. So you banish this card from the graveyard, special summon one Orcust monster from your deck, except itself. Only use the effect once per turn. Triple Symbol Skeleton. This one, I believe, when you banish this card from your graveyard, target one Orcust monster in your graveyard, except itself, and special summon it. And then, of course, we've got triple Orcust Brass Bombard. This one special summons from the hand. So you special summon one Orcust monster from your hand, except itself. It does lock you into dark monsters, but that doesn't matter because both the engines of the Phantom Knights and Orcust go hand in hand. We've then got the 2 World Legacy Wand, so this is very, very useful in the deck as well. If it's normal summoned or set, it can't be sure of a battle with a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck. Very rare that it would happen that. But if this card is sent to the graveyard, you special summon one World Legacy monster from your hand. You can banish this card from the graveyard, then target one of your banished Orcust monsters, special summon it. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except dark, so straightforward on that one. And then finishing off the lineup under the Orcust and World Legacy is the 1 World Legacy Crown. So you special summon this to a zone a link monster points to, and then if a monster from the extra deck would activate its effect, I believe it is. Quick effect, you treat this card and get the activation if you do destroy it. So quite powerful on that one. Then for the Phantom Knights, we've only got a small engine, so we've got triple Armageddon Knight, which again helps with all of these cards up here, as well as the 2 Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak and the 2 Phantom Knights of Silent Boot. And then, of course, we've got the 1 Destrudo to help you kind of extend your board a little bit more should you need to. And push plays into dark monsters. So, as you can see, all dark monsters on that one, and quite straightforward and simple. Moving on to the spells, triple Orchestrated Return. This is a nice little, like, 2-for-1 kind of deal. You send an Orcust or World Legacy monster from your hand or from face up from your field to the graveyard, draw 2 cards. Now, of course, you want the majority of your Orcust stuff in your grave, so it is very, very powerful. And then you've got 2 of the Barbell. This allows your Link monsters or your Orcust Link monsters to be quick effects during your player's turn. 2 Orchestrated Ironsuds. If your opponent normal summons or special summons a monster except during the damage step, you take 1 Orcust or World Legacy monster from your hand or deck and send it to the graveyard or banish it. So again, that allows you to put your Orcust into the grave to then use their effects the next turn should you need to. Double Allure of Darkness, you don't really want to be banishing most of your Orcust stuff apart from when you've got the ability to shuffle them back in with your Link monsters. But 9 times out of 10 when you've made your Link monsters, you've already got them banished. So this is more useful just for a bit of deck thin, a bit of draw power, and then getting rid of the cards that you may not need. Double Call by the Grave, quite straightforward and simple on that one. The 1 World Legacy Succession, the 1 Soul Charge, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Sky Striker Mecha Hornet Drones, because you can clear out your main monster zone quite easily. So using this to extend and push your plays further forward are very, very useful. And it is a Dark Warrior, I believe. Yep, so you're quite safe under everything like that. You got your 1-for-1, your Monster Reborn. Card Destruction, because if you open up a hand of Orcust with a card Destruction, getting them to the grave is amazing. The 1 Reinforcement of the Army to search out your Armageddon Knight. And then 3 Phantom Knight of Fogblade. Now, I would personally take out one of the Fogblades for the Phantom Knight Brigade trap, the one that is a warrior that you get off of the Rusty Badoosh, and move your plays further forward that way. So that would be my personal touch on this deck anyway. Moving on to the extra deck, of course, you've got the 1 Phantom Knights of Rusty Badoosh. Very, very powerful card. We saw a lot of this at the YCS. Very, very useful card as well. And then being able to bring it back. Should you get rid of it, obviously you can't link it off, but if it gets destroyed or anything like that, you bring it back from the graveyard with Boots, I believe it is, or one of the monsters. Or Fogblade, I think. One of them does. I haven't played Phantom Knights for such a long time. You can banish this card from the graveyard, target 1 Phantom Knight monster when you go, special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. So yeah, you can bring back your Phantom Knights off of your Fogblade. Then for the Orcust, we've got double Orcustron, double Longalusu, and double Galatea. These are all very, very powerful cards when you get them out. And linking to everything, and then being able to use them quick effects with the field spell and play is very, very powerful. You've then got the 1 Nightmare Phoenix, your 1 Link Karibo, 1 Topologic Trispania, your 1 Kagari, just to play off of the drones. You can easily take this out, you don't need to worry about too much about it. And then of course we've got 2 Topologic Bomber Dragons, because with the ability of playing your Orcust as quick play effects, being able to bring them under this allows you to nuke your opponent's board. So, for example, let's say they go Danger FTK, and they put, well, it wouldn't be FTK, it would be their first turn FTK anyway, but let's say they just flood the board with monsters, and then they want to start linking stuff off to go into their bigger monsters should they need to. You activate Bomber's effect, reset the board state, and go from there. And then it just allows you to kind of wipe the board, start again, and can cause your opponent a lot of issues. And then outside of that, you've got the one Phantom Knights of Breaksword, and then he's got the one Psyframe Lord Zeta. Now, of course, Zeta can easily be changed. That is one of your cards off of your Destrudo, so this can easily be changed for any level 7 that you wish, that can kind of help push this deck further forward. I just thought it was a very interesting build and kind of look on the deck, using the Phantom Knights in conjunction with the Orcust. And I think the Orcust are incredibly fun. They're a really kind of like a self-contained archetype in themselves. They're very powerful with the banishing effect, sending a lot of stuff to the graves. So they can use and abuse a dark deck quite easily. And then if you have the ability, you could go with Armageddon Knight, make them all rank 4s, and obviously with the trap card as well, you've got more rank 4 plays there, as long as they are dark. So this can really become a fun local deck. And again, it is budget. Nothing in here is of huge value. I think the highest value is the secret draw card, and even then, that's only like, I think last time I checked it was about $5 a card. It might have gone up a little bit now, but it's not a huge amount. Phantom Knights, you can probably pick up now. You can pick it up quite cheaply, but it might go up in price a little bit more. Your Bomber Dragon is probably one of your cheaper ranked Link 4s around. So it can be it'll be more budget than the Odd Eyes deck profile, but it will still be relatively budget. I think the Odd Eyes deck profile you could get for like 30 quid or less. This you're probably looking at 50 quid or less, and that's pushing the boat out a little bit. But of course, if you do want to put more money into it, you do have the options to do so. You can put a Dante in there instead of a Breaksword. You can focus more on rank 3s if you wanted to. You do have a lot of versatility with the deck, and it is still very powerful and can catch a lot of people off. It's probably more, in my personal opinion, for a local level, but should you take it to a regional, you will catch a lot of people off guard and, sneak a couple of powerful wins at that tournament. Anyway, for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. Also, YouTube, thanks for watching that video. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button in the bottom left-hand corner and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. We've got more deck profiles, duels, pack openings, and many more Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos coming up for you all year round. So don't forget to stay tuned for all of that. Thanks, and as always, guys, happy dueling.